Good day. In this video, we are going to learn about Rizal. Rizal is a national hero of the Philippines. There are 5 topics that are yet to be discovered. Early life and education. Jose Protasio Rizal Mercado y Alonso Rialonda was born on June 19, 1861 in Calamba, Laguna. Coming from a well-off family, he received a quality education that played a crucial role in shaping his views. His family, especially his mother, Teodora Alonso, influenced him profoundly, nurturing his interests in reading and knowledge. Rizal attended Ateneo Municipal de Manila, where he excelled academically, becoming one of the first to earn a Bachelor of Arts degree with the highest honors. Later, he studied medicine at the University of Santo Tomas but felt limited by racial discrimination and transferred to universities in Europe. Eventually, earning a degree in medicine at the Universidad Central de Madrid, Rizal's exposure to liberal ideas in Europe inspired him to envision reform for his home country. This education made Rizal one of the most well-rounded and educated Filipinos of his time, setting the stage for his advocacy for social and political change. Literary contributions and novels. Rizal's 2 novels, Noli Me Tangere, or Touch Me Not in English, and El Filibusterismo, or The Reign of Greed in English, are considered some of the most important works in Philippine literature. Noli Me Tangere, published in 1887, was a realistic portrayal of Filipino life under Spanish rule, highlighting the injustices and corruption of colonial authorities and the Catholic Church. Its protagonist, Crisostomo Ibarra, seeks to reform and advocate for education, but encounters resistance, symbolizing the struggles of Filipino intellectuals. El Filibusterismo, published in 1891, is a darker novel that reflects Rizal's growing frustration with colonial oppression. The story follows Ibarra's return to the Philippines, now using the alias Simon, and his shift from reformism to revolutionary action. Together, these novels exposed the abuses of colonial rule and galvanized many Filipinos, steering a newfound national consciousness and influencing the nascent revolutionary movement. Political views and advocacy for reform. While Rizal is sometimes perceived as a revolutionary, he initially advocated for While Rizal is sometimes perceived as a revolutionary, he initially advocated for peaceful reform rather than violent rebellion. He sought equal treatment for Filipinos under Spanish law, representation in the Spanish Cortes or the Parliament, and the secularization of the clergy. Rizal believed that by promoting education and fostering Filipino identity, his countrymen could achieve justice and equal rights. In Europe, Rizal became part of the propaganda movement, a group of Filipino intellectuals and activists advocating for reform in the Philippines. Through essays and articles published in La Solidaridad, a reformist newspaper in Spain, Rizal argued against colonial abuses and called for greater rights for Filipinos. His ideas provided intellectual grounding for the Filipino nationalist movement, encouraging others to envision an independent Philippines. Exile and martyrdom. Rizal returned to the Philippines in 1892, hoping to establish La Liga Filipina, a civic organization aimed at uniting Filipinos for social and economic reforms. However, his advocacy attracted the attention of colonial authorities who saw him as a threat to Spanish rule. Rizal was arrested and exiled to Dapitan, a remote town in Mindanao, where he continued his works as a doctor, teacher, and community leader. Despite being far from Manila, Rizal's influence continued to grow, and the revolutionary group Katipunan, led by Andres Bonifacio, began organizing for armed revolt. Fearing Rizal's influence on the growing independence movement, the Spanish authorities arrested him once more in 1896 as he was en route to Cuba to serve as a volunteer doctor. He was charged with sedition and rebellion, and after a sham trial, was sentenced to death. On December 30, 1896, Rizal was executed by firing squad in Manila's Bagumbayan field, now called Rizal Park. His martyrdom made him a symbol of the Filipino fight for independence. Legacy and impact on Philippine independence. Jose Rizal's death intensified the Filipino resolve for freedom, and his writings, ideas, and sacrifices inspired many revolutionaries. His life and works were instrumental in awakening a sense of nationalism among Filipinos, pushing them to demand freedom and justice. Even after his death, Rizal's ideas continued to shape the struggle for independence, culminating in the Philippine Revolution of 1896, which ultimately led to the country's freedom from Spanish rule. Today, Rizal's influence is honored and celebrated throughout the Philippines. His novels are part of the national curriculum, and his life and contributions are studied by students across the country. December 30, the date of his execution, is commemorated annually as Rizal Day. Monuments, schools, streets, and provinces bear his name, serving as constant reminders of his sacrifices and contributions. The Philippines has also recognized Rizal as its national hero. Though his designation is informal and unofficial, as he is seen as a unifying figure whose advocacy for reform and justice transcends time. Jose Rizal's legacy endures as a symbol of the Filipino people's resilience and pursuit of justice. His intellectual pursuits, vision for reform, and commitment to his country's freedom have made him a timeless figure in Philippine history. Rizal's life demonstrates the power of education, writing, and peaceful activism in driving social and political change. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you learned a lot from our presentation. See you next time.